Hello and welcome back to Take Refuge 3D with me, Peter. Now, if you've ever been trying to find the perfect matcap and you haven't been able to find it, I think I might be able to help you out today. So in today's video, we're going to be showcasing my latest plugin. It's called Matcaps Forever. And basically, once you've installed it in the usual fashion, you can find it in the edit menu here, okay, with your other stuff that's in the edit menu. And then all we need to do is hit generate matcap and it does everything for you. So what's going on in the background is it sets up a lighting rig, okay. So you've got 3 lights. You've got a fill light, a key light and a backlight, and it places them somewhat randomly. Okay, but this generate matcap button has quite dialed in settings, so it really is trying to create matcaps that are good for modeling or checking highlights, and it's got quite dialed in settings, but you can customize it a lot more. What's also happening is we're getting a quad sphere. Okay, so it's a cube with a subdivision level 6 and a cast modifier to make it a perfect sphere. So it's better than an icosphere, and you can see even a quad sphere isn't perfect, but when we get that, we get our perfect sphere. So the sphere is perfect, and I've dialed in the camera to be perfect for matcaps. And there's a lot of other stuff going on in the background, but every time you click generate matcap, it takes some random settings and it makes a new one. And then what you can do is you can add a floor plane, okay, and you can add a checkered floor plane if you want, okay, and you can keep dialing things in. You can edit the roughness of your material and the metallic. So whether you're trying to make a clay material or a ceramic kind of material, or like a car paint type of material, you can pretty much just deal with these 4 here. But if you really want to dial it in, you can change the color of the world, okay, the environment. And then we've got the world brightness here as well, so you can, dial that right back into 0. The lights will do a lot of the work, so you don't really want this dialed in too high, so like 0.1 would be great for the world. And then you can just gently edit the color of it. So if we wanted to give it another hue, we can edit the world color. Then we can deal with the key light, the fill light and the backlight. We can define whether this is a point light or an area light, so you can get different effects. We can also deal with the strength of that light and the size of it. So you can scale the size here. So if we bring the roughness right down, you'll be able to see what's going on with the size here. Alright, and then we bring the roughness back up and we're starting to get. So you can see there's quite a lot of control. You can also completely edit the color of the light, which will affect the whole color of the matcap as well. So as you can see here, we can get some really quick results really nicely. So let's try and make a really nice matcap for hard surface modeling. So something like this is great, okay, it's got a nice backlight. But let's randomize the lighting slightly. Okay, we'll add a floor plane in and a checkered floor. We'll bring the roughness down and the metallic up. We'll edit the base color. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is get a nice car paint material. Okay, and we'll edit the light, so the strength of the backlight can be a bit smaller, but the size can be quite big to give us this nice highlight on the roof. And then the fill light, the size can come down, and we can turn that off from being a point, and we'll make that a nice area light, so we get this nice here. We'll turn the checkered floor off and the floor, no, we'll leave those on. And we'll make, and that one's okay as a point light, but I think something like this for now. And we'll bring the world brightness up a little bit, and the base color I think will get a little bit more defined. Now what we can do is we can hit render. Okay, alright, but let's actually make this one blue. Okay, so we've got a nice blue hue, and with our backlight I think we'll give this a little bit of an orange twang like that. Okay, so and we'll maybe just scale that up, and we'll bring our roughness up slightly and our metallic. I quite like that. Okay, so bring our roughness down. Okay, so as you can see I've done something similar over here. We've got this render here. We'll hit render matcap. Okay, and we've got this blue. It's not the best matcap in the world, but we've made something. Okay, just for an example. Now you can set the save directory. I've set this to the Plasticity save directory, and you can set the file name. We'll hit save matcap. Wait for that to stop being blue. Okay, and we've saved this directly into the Plasticity directory. Okay, so if we come over to Plasticity, and we see down here we've only got one custom matcap, so we can press Control Shift and R to reset Plasticity. Sometimes you've got to do it twice. Okay, and we've got our scene here, and then if we check our matcaps over here, we've got our blue matcap. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's make another one. Alright, so we'll go back into Blender, generate a matcap, and we'll try and make one that's more related to modeling. Okay, so something more like a ceramic type. So we'll just keep clicking this until we've found something. Okay, so this one's quite nice, but it's a bit dark down the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll add a floor plane in. Okay, and I think that we'll take the metallic down, the roughness down, we'll bring the value of the color down. Okay, and we'll bring the roughness up a little bit, and we'll make the key light a point light, and we'll bring down its size, and we'll click randomize lighting a couple of times. Actually, I want to go back a step, and we'll bring the size of the backlight up. Okay, and its strength right up, and we'll bring the strength of the full light down, and we'll make the fill light an area light. Okay, so we've got that, and I think that we can just dial in the color a little bit like that, and we can bring the metallic down and the roughness ever so slightly down. We'll click render, and we'll give this another name. So we'll call this caps, boomer caps, and we'll call this green. Don't put any spaces in, because it will affect the thumbnail in Plasticity. So if you put a space in, you won't be able to see the thumbnail. We'll call this green rough metal. Okay, and we've rendered it. All we need to do is click save, wait for the blue to go away. While it's blue, it's still thinking. Okay, Blender might act a bit silly. Okay, and then we can go back over into Plasticity. Alright, so we've got our matcap there, those two there. Control Shift R twice for some reason. Okay, and now we've got our new green matcap, which is a nice modeling matcap. Okay, and then you can get even more wacky with it. So let's go back over into Blender. Okay, and we'll just hit generate matcap a few times. We'll find something a little bit I'm looking more for the lighting when I generate this, and then we'll grab this one and we'll hit randomize lighting a few times, and the more you press randomize lighting, the more creative it gets, basically. So each time you press this, it's going to start getting wackier and wackier with the colors. The generate matcap is quite conservative, and the randomize lighting takes some of those conservative parameters off and starts to add a bit of chaos. Okay, so something like this, we're just going to bring the value of this key light to a softer pink. Let's make the world color a little bit orange like that. Now you'll see what I'm trying to do in a moment. Okay, we'll add a bit of blue in here. This is looking really gross, and we will reduce the size of that. We'll bring the roughness down, the metallic down a bit, and the world brightness down a little bit as well. Maybe add a floor plane. What does that do? No. We'll add a... No, floor plane's not doing things. So we'll just render this one out. You can spend more time on it. I don't want to spend too much time on it right now, just for the purpose of this. And we'll call this pudding. Alrighty, let's click render matcap. Okay, I think I already did that. Save matcap. And we'll go back over into plasticity. Control Shift R. Twice. I don't know why I have to press it twice. Okay, and now we've got our new matcap in plasticity. And we come down here and we've got this gross looking thing. But you can see what it does. And then let's just make one more. Okay, so what I want is a nice first time, something that I like the look of. Okay, let's just randomize the lighting. Okay, we just want to bring the roughness down a bit and give it a little bit of sheen. Okay, I'm gonna hit I like that green. Bring the roughness down a little bit. And I want this to be more for like a let's make the base color something like this, and we'll call this modeling with no spaces, modeling with highlights. Alright, boom, render. Save, go over into plasticity, and reset plasticity, and now we've got this guy here, and you can see that this one gives nice soft thing to model with. I mean, the green might be not to everybody's taste, but if we turn off our edges, it also gives us all the definition that we need on this. So look, that's it guys. On the topic of plasticity, if you're looking to buy plasticity, check out the description below. There's a 10% discount for you, code refuge10. And also at the time of recording, the Blender Market sale's on, so my other plugin Ngon Pro is currently on discount. There'll be a Gumroad link for this, and yeah, buy it if you want. Oh yeah, it's $15, so it might sound expensive, but it gives you infinite potential to make as many matcaps as you like, and I will be updating it soon. I'm going to look into the concept of including HDRIs in the mix, and also making some more stylized toon shaders. Okay, so drop a like, comment, subscribe, and if this looks like it's something that would interest you, then generate as many matcaps as you like. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, see you in the next one. Tschüss.